First, an aerospace CEO speculated. Then a small-town mayor dropped a bombshell so shocking, it might explain why Donald Trump is steering clear of the area entirely. Not only that, but the Pentagon's response is a perfect example of why they've fallen so far from the public's trust. Yo, welcome back, guys. Glad to have you here. Yo, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. What do you think about the bombshell the mayor just dropped? Do you think it's based off speculation? Do you think it's based off some insider knowledge, especially considering all the rumors coming off this aerospace CEO and everything he had to say about the situation? And then what do you think about the Pentagon's response? Do you guys think they could be doing better right now? Or do you think they're really caught between a rock and a hard place to begin with in this whole thing? Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to hear from you. Yo, and if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. I appreciate you guys. We got a real interesting video. Donald Trump responded to the whole thing. Let's listen to what he has to say, guys.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been?
Do you have any reason?
I've decided to cancel my trip. Dude, that's wild, man. Yo, dude, Trump decided to cancel his trip. Apparently, he knows what's going on. I believe when he says something like, I don't want to comment on that, that means the Pentagon probably did brief him about as to what's going on. And it seems like even he is like, yo, what are you guys doing? You're managing this all the wrong way. It seems like everybody is thinking that, from the public to the new incoming administration. Thank God he's coming in. Hopefully he's got people coming in and we'll get some different messaging from these departments and stuff like that. But yo, let's get into what's going on. New Jersey's largest utility firm begs feds to shut down airspace over nuclear plant as mystery drones spotted. New Jersey utility has asked the feds to halt air traffic over two of its nuclear plants after drones were spotted over the sensitive sites, the Post has learned. Congressman Jeff Van Drew said that the request was filed with the Federal Aviation Administration. I was laughing because when this dude was like, yo, it's an Iranian mothership, we covered that. We covered that in the intro. We played him, and then we played the Pentagon responding back to back, just because it cracked me up, man. The rare appeal comes amid a spate of mysterious drone sightings across the Garden State, as well as parts of Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, and Staten Island. Oh man, dude. Concerns of growing amid a spate of mystery drone sightings. Okay, so we get it. There's drones out in New Jersey. There's drones in New York. We understand, right? Okay, well, here's the interesting thing, okay? Recent drone sightings across New Jersey, New York, and some other eastern areas of the U.S. have led to widespread speculation, with experts suggesting drones may be searching for gas leaks or radioactive material. John Ferguson, CEO of Saxon Aerospace, shared his theory on a viral TikTok video explaining that drones flying at night likely have a specific target in mind. He speculated they may be monitoring hazardous substances, saying if they're flying that low, they're trying to smell something out of the ground. The FBI has received over 3,000 tips about the sightings, most occurring at night. Ferguson's theory aligns with concerns the drones may be used for environmental monitoring, although there's no confirmation of this. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories have flourished online, including revival of Project Bluebeam theory. Yo, InfoWars has been on that with the Project Bluebeam theory. I don't blame them for that, though, man. Come on. SUV-sized drones flying around, doing 90-degree turns. I mean, you know, everyone's waiting for when the government's going to drop Project Bluebeam. We're kind of all predispositioned to look at that. You know what I mean? Despite Despite the lack of evidence, the theory has garnered millions of views on social media. The Department of Homeland Security's Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas suggested an uptick in drone sighting could be tied to 2023 Federal Aviation Administration's rule change that allows drones to fly at night, potentially explaining the rise in reports. Come on, bro. Everybody and their mothers now just flying a drone at night, just enjoying themselves at night. That's ridiculous, bro. Nobody respects that when you come out with stuff like that in response. Yo, this is the Aerospace CEO himself talking all this, man.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay, we don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. From what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night, unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something.
Wow, that dude's going on, man. That dude's going on and on. Okay, look, he's not getting to the point. Look, he believes, he indicated, he implied, alluded to, they're looking for potentially nuclear material out there. Okay, that's where that goes. But he gave a great background. We got a lot from him. Whoa, man, that went on. Okay, look, in response to this, well, not directly in response to this, but basically in response to this, the Defense Department doubled down. Okay, saying that increasing number of the increasing number of possible drones being reported in places like New Jersey and New York are not U.S. military assets, adding that the vast majority of the unmanned aircraft are likely used by hobbyists and for recreational purposes. The Pentagon press secretary, Jen Ryder, fielded numerous questions from reporters about the drones during a press briefing on Tuesday, but he remained clear that the drones are not DoD assets, nor are they part of any experimental programs. Okay, so Pentagon said basically more gaslighting from the Pentagon. Basically, you're crazy. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Okay, well, just like this, right? So we heard from this guy, right? Aerospace systems, talking about nuclear material going missing, all this, that, and the third, right? Yo, well, we got this New Jersey mayor out here. What's this New Jersey mayor got to say? Hopefully he is a lot more to the point than this aerospace engineer, man. Let's listen in and see what they got to say, man.
There is growing concern and a demand for answers about the mysterious drones hovering over the tri-state area. In New Jersey, the flying objects have been spotted over residential neighborhoods, restricted sites, even near President-elect Donald Trump's home and critical infrastructure.
Belleville Mayor Michael Mellum says the drone sightings are creating anxiety in his town, and he's looking for answers. And he joins us this morning right here on Good Day New York. Thank you for joining us, Mayor. You know, President-elect Trump says that the Biden administration knows what's going on. Our government knows what's going on. You're the mayor of Bellevue. What do you know?
We know very little. About 6 days ago, there was an unprecedented briefing with every single mayor in the state of New Jersey, along with every member of our state legislature. We learned exactly at that time what the state knows, which was very little. Since then, information has not been forthcoming. And it's this lack of transparency, in my opinion, that's doing nothing but fueling conspiracy theories online.
Do you have any idea what it could be? Or which side it could be, where it's coming from?
Yeah, I can tell you what it's not. We know for a fact it's not little green men. And more than likely, it's not a foreign adversary, because they would be able to figure out how to turn off the blinking lights. These drones are huge. We had a mayor yesterday on the call with the White House telling them that he had 6-foot drones hovering over his house. Yet they continue to tell us we don't know what we're talking about. It's misidentification. Certainly, there's some misidentification probably going on, but I could assure you that we are seeing drones in New Jersey all over the place.
All right, so Bethany Frankel, I know she's not like, you know, the New York Times, but she says that she has like some kind of contact at the Pentagon and that it has something to do with radioactive material in New Jersey. What are you hearing?
So here's what I know. I know that we were told by our state police that we have assets over our critical infrastructure. Now, depending on your point of view, that's either concerning or comforting. I think it's comforting because it's probably us listening and watching. We also know that we have drones that are flying in a grid-like pattern. In my opinion, they're looking for something. What might they be looking for? Well, potentially, we're aware of a threat that came in through Port Newark. Maybe that's radioactive material. There was and there is an alert that's out right now that radioactive material in New Jersey has gone missing on December 2nd. It was a shipment. It arrived at its destination. The container was damaged and it was empty. So
okay,
potentially
wait,
we're looking
stop
for
right
that.
there, Mayor, because that's very important information. And that can
Yo, dude, and that comes in direct confirmation to what we're hearing from this aerospace engineer. And somebody else, they referenced somebody else in the media space right now who has a Pentagon connection who's saying the same thing. So now we have 3 points of reference, three pieces of circumstantial evidence, all pointing to the same exact thing. Okay, guys? Now, this is another article just breaking this down. The mayor of New Jersey came forward with claims of the recent unexplainable drone sightings over his state may have something to do with the radioactive material that went missing earlier this month. Michael Mellum, he's the mayor of Belleville, downplayed the idea of extraterrestrial involvement in Good Day New York. I'm sorry, y'all. That was the clip we just saw. Okay, now, after all this, we got a security expert connected to the Pentagon talking about how the Pentagon's really embarrassed by all this. How is that supposed to promote any sort of feelings of trust or safety or comfort in our institutions designed to quote unquote protect us, right? They violate all of our rights. They do this, that, and the third, accessing our data without a warrant, everything like that, mass data collection, right? And they can't even keep us safe. They're sitting out here embarrassed. They're sitting out here saying nothing's going on, gaslighting us. And then now people with connections to insiders coming out, oh, they embarrassed? How is that supposed to make the people feel? How is that supposed to make the community feel, man? A veteran soldier and national defense expert believes the Pentagon is refusing to reveal the source of a recent flurry of drone activity, likely because it's involved. Usually when they don't say anything, it's because the information will embarrass them in some way. A retired Marine colonel. Like, you mean like a dirty bomb somewhere around New Jersey? Is that what you're talking about? Embarrass them? Come on, man. Michael Colonel, who's an expert on defense and security for the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a bipartisan think tank in Washington, D.C. It's entirely plausible that they tested UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, and out and created public hysteria, and are now embarrassed to say it was us. It was us. Yeah, well, it tested UAVs. I'm more likely to think, because we've got these 3 points of corroboration over here in terms of circumstantial evidence, I'm more likely to lean in that direction than they're just testing vehicles. I'm sorry, but there's other places that you can test vehicles. There's less populated areas. It just seems like if you were going to test a vehicle, it wouldn't be right there. That's all I'm saying. And then, bro, this is a larger, man, like everybody's response. Nobody believes the government, man, and it goes to the sentiment that our government, through these games that they play. How about a little vulnerability, huh? How about a little, you know, oh, oops, you know what I mean? There's something going on. Hey guys, we can't tell you exactly what's going on, but we're here to protect you. We're here to keep you safe. Just see these drones as your line of defense against what's happening around you. You know what I mean? How about that? How about, hey, we're searching for a threat. These drones have no communication with law enforcement. They're not involved in anybody doing their thing on their daily lives. You know, we're here looking for a very specific threat, very specific target. We're here to keep you safe, guys. Something's going on. How about that? How about that? But instead of doing that, they say, oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, don't look at that. Oh, there's nothing going on. How are people supposed to trust you, man? How are supposed to people think you got things on lock? Come on, man. Many Americans are experiencing a crisis in facts and truth. They believe this problem ties to the current state of distrust people have in institutions. The Center recently reported half of U.S. adults say made-up news and information is a very big problem in the country today, and about 2/3 say it causes a great deal of confusion about basic facts and current issues. They also say made-up news and information has a big impact on Americans' confidence in government, and this is what I'm talking about. This entire situation is exactly an expression of that. This entire situation is literally just take a picture of it and put it under this paragraph right here, guys, because, like, dude, this is exactly what's going on, man. I mean, the government has lost our trust so much to the point now where we're looking at the government and we're like, you idiot, you stupid mother effer, what are you doing, man? What are you doing now, bro? What are you doing now with these drones, bro? And the government's like, nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Bro, dude, how about some transparency? How about some vulnerability? How about some breaking the fourth wall and saying, hey, you know what? We're going to trust you enough to know what's going on. So that way you trust us enough to do something about it, man. It's ridiculous, dude. It's counterproductive, man. They also say made up a big American confidence, 68% in each and the 54 in the other. Man, bro, nobody trusts the government anymore, man. And nobody trusts the government. Yo, man, check the Rumble upload. You know, look into all these, man. These links and stuff. They'll all be up there, man. But dude, this is ridiculous. It's gone too far, man. Our government needs to step up and stop it with this trying to save face all the time. Nobody respects you saving face out here in Western culture, man. Anyway, guys, yo, if you like the content, everything else is pretty much like this. In-depth news and analysis from just a regular dude's kind of perspective. Hey, right over here to the left, pick anything you want. I got music. I think it's pretty good. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next segment coming out just a couple hours.